How's it going?
It's going. I was going to say on this podcast, you said you needed a fan. I said, we have at least one of those.
Well, it changes with the times.
Yeah.
I try not to piss Bill off. And Mike. Bill and Mike.
And Matt. Don't forget about Matt.
And Matt.
And Steven.
Steven still?
He talks about it.
Awesome.
There's Scott. Don't forget about Scott. Scott listens too.
Scott,
okay,
who?
What are you playing with?
Myself. Why? Can you hear it?
I can hear. I can definitely hear that.
Well, I'll stop doing it then. I have to perfect the system here.
It's all about perfecting the system.
Oh my gosh. And it just takes forever.
And so what John's talking about is his new system. And as you can hear him rattling around, he actually has a microphone stand. God bless you. He actually has a microphone stand.
Gosh, that was terrible. That's so rude.
Yes, good. It makes for good podcasting.
I do not have COVID. That was not a COVID sneeze.
So I think everyone's kind of getting sick of it. And we've talked about in the past, my favorite statement, talked about in the past how I'm crazy when it comes to the anxiety of all this stuff that's happening. But we have one group of friends who we've mentioned on this program before that I pretty much would say, I'll break quarantine just to go see them. And we finally did yesterday. It was a nice weekend. They're not open yet. They have a restaurant. And so we went over to their house. We sat outside most of the day, which is fine. But, it was nice to finally leave the house and to hang out with people we haven't seen since February, and these are people we have a set plan to get together at least once a month, if not more, but once a month is the minimum. And we haven't seen them since February. So it was, like I said, it was really nice to get out and to go somewhere. And it was just a beautiful day. So how about you, John? What was your,
we have friends around the corner. I mean, literally they live a half block from our house. And so, they were probably part of the reason we ended up buying this place is because we knew we had, a
built-in friends,
family close by. So
right.
We've never really broken quarantine with them. Or I should say we've never really had quarantine with them. We've always, they come over, we go over there and they're careful and we're socially distant essentially anyway. It's not like we're, groping and like we normally do.
Right.
But yeah, it's fine. And some people might say that's, you're just putting yourself up, for it's, but at some point it's worse not to.
Right.
What is the cost of quarantine? And it's not just, it's not a dual choice, either I'm in quarantine or I'm for killing people. It's not that. And that's the false choice that sometimes is out there. And here I am ranting. I don't mean to, but I'm trying to justify it, I guess, because you have to get out of the house.
Yes,
sometimes.
absolutely.
So
did
between riding the Harley
you,
and going to visit them around the block, I'm good with that.
Speaking of, did I send you the TikTok that Kevin James did?
I don't think so. No, you sent me the other one.
You're a fan of Kevin James, right? You know who he is?
Oh, always liked Kevin James. Always have liked him.
For those of you who don't know Kevin James,
I big time know who he is.
Yeah. What does
sound right?
Paul Blart? No. Yeah. What's the mall cop?
Yeah, mall cop.
Yeah. But is it Paul Blart?
I think it's Paul Blart. I've never seen it. I know of it, but I've never seen it because it to me is like the thing at the museum. Okay. It's fine. I'm just not a.
No, that's not one of his better ones, but he was also in, I want to say Fletch, but that's not right. Because that's with, oh man, my names are going every Chevy Chase, but what is it? Hutch? Is it Hutch? He was in with,
I liked him most in Hitch.
Hitch. That's what I was looking for. Hitch. Yes, Hitch, and then also he was King of Queens. So he's been around and makes really good stuff. And that's mostly for the people who don't know, but I'm pretty sure most people know exactly who he is. And I'm going to send you, if I can find it here.
You wanted to say Fletch, and it's Hitch. That was the movie.
Right. Hitch. No, not Fletch with Chevy Chase.
Chevy Chase. Yeah.
Yep.
I never noticed that your name rhymes with pubic. I'm sorry. I never noticed that.
No one does. I've never heard that before in my entire life. And if people could see my eyes right now, they'd be major rolling.
Major rolling. Weren't you in the service with him?
Yeah. The customer service.
Yes, you were. Customer service with him. Yes. No, I'm sure. Just like I never heard quaddy potty. I never have ever heard that.
Which is why I'm so fascinated with with you allowing me to name our podcast PoddiMouths, because it is so close to quaddy.
Well, I was hoping you'd say, no, let's not do that. Let's do PoddiMouths. No, because that's stupid.
Right. No, that's our next podcast.
No, it's not. Everybody wants me to change it to Quaid anyway, because it should be. It looks like Quaid.
I don't know if I'd want to be associated with a Quaid right now, especially Randy Quaid.
Q-U-A-I-D. Anyway, I'm Q-U-A-D-E. You knew that.
Oh, I guess, yeah. So I sent you an email. See, I don't know if it's come through yet, but watch that video and tell me what you think.
Oh, is
this
like
will not happen in real time,
feedback?
folks? Do it.
Real-time feedback. I haven't gotten it yet.
Well, it's not going to be real-time for our listeners. It's just going to be real-time for you.
Which is perfect. It's all
so
about
this video is like a minute long, and you guys are only going to hear like half a second.
Well, but that's good because you're saving them from what is ridiculousness. There was a problem playing the file. Hold on. I'm trying to load it with... Oh, nice. That's not what I want. Couldn't preview file. There was a problem playing the video. Download. All right, let me just do that. And we're going to go right on the desktop with this because it's something from my good friend, Nick.
Nick who?
Okay.
I thought I was your only friend named Nick.
Pubic. Nick Pubic.
Oh, that guy. He's a dick. We call him Dick nice. Pubic.
We do not to his face. We don't. Okay, here it is. Run. like it. That's awesome. Thank you.
That's you're welcome. That was how we felt yesterday, and it was pretty funny. Except, so we went back to the town we moved from, Dixon, Tennessee, and the interesting thing about that particular trip was these folks were telling us how people in that town are of the mindset, for the most part, obviously I'm generalizing, or they were generalizing, but for the most part, it seems like everyone in that town is upset because they think all of this is fake.
Oh,
all of the COVID stuff is fake. So it's like it's never happened. I said these guys own a restaurant, and some of their customers are upset with them because they are not open.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's sad because it's turned into a political thing, which truly is ridiculous. As far as I know, COVID-19 has no political affiliation. It does not really care who it infects.
Exactly. Right.
So it's a little ridiculous. But just as an aside, real quickly, what was the town again that you lived in? Was it
Dixon?
So is it? I don't think there's only one, because in the past I've heard there are a lot of Dixon, Tennessee.
Yes, exactly. Why do you think I want to move so badly? No, I'm kidding.
Wow, that's terrible. I'm sorry, Dixon, Tennessee. You would have said the same. You're one of the people in Dixon who would have said quaddy potty and pubic.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, never mind. Yeah, I know. And there's some of that around where I am in southern Wisconsin too. And I think there are some questions about it. And the one I keep hearing over and over again is, if face masks protect us, then why can't we have restaurants open where we wear face masks, or mom and pop stores or whatever? If they really protect,
how would you get the food in your mouth?
Well, no. Okay, take a mom and pop shopping experience. Well, no, you take it off and you have plexiglass.
I'm
like
kidding. I'm kidding.
No, you're serious.
Oh,
I
right.
can
I
always
see what
tell.
you're saying. Yeah, the plexiglass. Mm-hmm.
So if they make you safe, then why can't these other small businesses be open? If they don't make you safe, then why are we wearing them?
Right. Who knows? I don't. My only frustration is, and granted, it's because they're the most vocal. We only hear the extremes. The people that are locked
Absolutely
down, keep it locked up, keep your everything covered. And then you've got the people, oh, this is fake. The rest of us who are kind of living in the middle going, okay, we see it's valid. We need to take precautions, but we don't need to be stupid about that either. We're missing that voice a lot. And
what I want to see, I'm sorry, what I want to see is the 40% of men who don't wash their hands when they leave the airport men's room to start washing their effing hands.
No,
now,
they
maybe
won't.
that will be a positive outcome.
Maybe. I doubt it, though.
Good gosh. How tough is that? And then they go out and their hands are on their girlfriend's face. Oh, honey. Do you know where his hands just were?
Probably nowhere any different than where her hands just were. What?
Oh, well, that's icky. She was in the next stall with another dude. Anyway,
see, I was going to cut that comment out. Now I can't because it's too funny.
Leave it in. Oh, this is why our wives love us.
Yes.
This has to be. Maybe it's just a sign that they do love us because they'll put up with this crap.
That could be, definitely. Yeah. That's what I always say about Jen too is, why did I decide? Because I actually always said, I'm never getting married. And people ask me, then why did you decide to marry your wife? And I said, she's the only person I know besides my mother who could put up with my shit.
And it's illegal in many states to marry your mother. So I think that was
right. Yeah. My name is not Oedipus, nor is it Rex.
Good, because I'm not sure what rhymes with Oedipus. He had his head up his. No, that's not it. Head up his. Never mind.
Oh yeah, no, I got you.
I digress.
We both majorly digressed.
We do.
Oh, so what's new with you, John?
It's been an interesting week, and now that we're smack dab in the middle of a weekend, I am delighted with how it's kind of shaping up. I've been able to get out on the Harley quite a bit, and I've been happy with that. I've got over, and for me, this is a lot. So Harley people are rolling their eyes going, come on, suck it up. You're not a real motorcycle guy. I have over 7,700 miles on my year and a half. Actually, yeah, I'll call it a year and a half old bike.
Wow.
And for me, that's quite a bit. That's more than I ever rode my other ones. So
that is a lot of miles.
Well, again, for me it is, and I love being out on it, and I would ride it more if I could. But winter in Wisconsin is not as conducive as it might be to riding a two-wheeled unit. Speaking of a two-wheeled unit, I had nothing. I just thought that was a interesting.
I thought you had some deep, insightful two-wheeled unit thing.
Because normally I have lots of insight and
depth.
Yeah,
perception.
Not so
a lot of perception, a lot of depth perception. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For sure. So have you done any non-work related Zoom broadcasts or Zoom interactions?
Not really.
No.
But here's some big news. I know I told you this already, but be something interesting. And it, Zoom, they didn't use Zoom, but it still made me think of this. Peyton's last day of school has just passed, and it's her last day of brick and mortar school forever. Even though she didn't go back because of the COVID thing, they were doing distance learning for their final 8 weeks. And it went so well. And even though my wife doesn't have any hair like I don't anymore because she pulled it all out, we have decided to homeschool Peyton moving forward. So we We actually hooked up with this international school. I'm not going to say the name. International school is in the name, but I'm not going to tell you the rest of it.
Is it like International School of Pancakes?
Oh God, wouldn't that be awesome?
I would so go to that school.
Me too.
You know what they call me? Fat ass Quaddy. I'd like the Rudy
potty quaddy, fat ass potty quaddy.
That's what the middle schoolers would call me.
That's right. But anyway, we've enrolled her in that, and it's pretty neat. If she decides that she wants to do it all the way through, she will graduate with a associate's degree. So
tell them the best part about the international school.
Which part is the best part? I thought the graduating from high school with an associate's degree was pretty damn good.
That's amazing. I would agree with that. But it was the part where if she decided to go on to school, she could go essentially anywhere.
Yeah. So, and that's why one of the reasons we chose it is because we, as much as we love Tennessee and love Nashville, you know, we still have that yearning to move around a little bit and just to go travel at the very least. And this allows her to go anywhere. So if we decide to pick up and move, we don't have to change schools, because even with online schools, if you choose a state school, because that part of this program is you can choose public school. And if we did that, yeah, we could move around, but we'd always have to have a home base in Tennessee. So if we were to move, she would actually have to move to a different state school, and that would have to do different testing and things like that. And also in the state of Tennessee, they judge your grade ability by your age, not necessarily your ability to learn or your ability to do work. And Peyton is 2 weeks past the cutoff, or early for the cutoff for her grade level. So that was one of the reasons we put her in private school in the first place, is because she was ready for school. So she actually started school, at least for the first 2 weeks, as a 4-year-old rather than a 5-year-old. If we were to send her to public school, even online public school, they would actually have her redo 4th grade again. And we didn't want that, because she's supposed to be moving up into 5th grade.
Yeah.
And this international school allows us to put her in 5th grade at her level. So that's another reason. And then finally, when she graduates, along with having an associate's degree, she's also going to graduate with an international diploma, which I'm not sure the specifics, but the way it made it sound is she'll graduate with a state diploma. So whatever state we're actually in, she'll get a diploma. But then also there's an add-on that will allow her to apply to colleges all over the world that most students that get a regular diploma have to take another test for, or do another certification. So they're allowed to do that. I'm not sure how that works. If you folks know how that works, and I completely bungled it, I would be really curious to know. But that's one of the selling points for us, is that she will be allowed to apply to college anywhere in the world she wants.
That's
right out of school, and only have 2 years left. So I only have to pay for 2 years. Ha!
Wow. So it really is all about you.
Exactly.
I will. I mean, the associate's degree is amazing. That's awesome. Just to have that ability is wonderful. And
it's beautiful.
Speaking, cut it out. Okay, listeners, just
come say hi to Jon.
Hi, Peyton. How are you?
Good.
Good. So excited about your new adventure and about that.
Hold on, I got to put the headphones on so she can hear it.
I'm excited about that muffin you just gave your dad. That is awesome. Or it's a cupcake. It's not a muffin.
Cupcake.
Yeah. Stop calling me names. You just called me Cupcake, didn't you? It looks really nice, and you did sprinkles on it and everything too. That's very cool. What kind is it?
Vanilla.
Nice. Vanilla with a vanilla frosting or sugar frosting?
It's technically brown sugar because we didn't have powdered sugar.
Nice. And kind of green sprinkles on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that looks amazing. And as you and I are speaking, your dad is jamming it in his mouth right now.
It went up his nose.
It went up his nose. Of course it did. Because he has a massive nose, doesn't he?
This doesn't have COVID in it, does it?
No,
Okay,
it
good.
doesn't.
I'd like some hot cocoa. Cocoa. No, just cocoa. Well, he is like hammering that thing. Peyton, that thing is almost gone. Look at him. He's eating it like
I'm just
crazy.
putting the microphone in her face because I'm eating.
Yeah, we know that. I can see. Our listeners can't see.
To me, you're frozen.
Podius interruptus.
So, John, I feel like I've been a bad doggy friend because I haven't asked since we were talking. So, folks, we got interrupted. There was a technical issue, which, tends to happen on a PoddiMouths episode. It's not a PoddiMouths episode without some sort of technical glitch. True. But Peyton was up here talking to John, and then we got on and we started talking about yards because I was going to send John a cupcake, and I said I was going to send it 7-day ground. It'll probably have grass on it by the time it gets there. Anyway, John was making fun of me because I have a yard and he doesn't anymore because he lives in a condo. And then I said, I'm a bad doggy friend because I haven't asked how Indy is adapting to condo life. And John went into what he claimed to be a short diatribe. And that's when I realized I had hit stop record. Oh, sorry, it had stopped recording. Whatever. I got no reaction from them. Yeah.
No, whatever.
But it had stopped recording, so we missed the entire diatribe. I fell asleep. It was a thing. It was all a thing, guys. So, John, please tell us, how is Indy adapting to condo life?
I will. First, let me say, I can't believe, actually, my diatribe was shorter than your description of my diatribe. So, anyway.
We all can't be as talented as I when it comes to storytelling.
Yes, it's not concise, but it is long.
It is.
What I was telling Nick after bragging that I don't have a lawn and I don't care how long my grass is or how crappy it looks because I have someone who mows it for the first time in a long time. So anyway, Indy, you were kind enough to ask. We know each other's dogs' names. He has Bonnie and Clyde. I have Indy. Never have they met because we're so far apart. But in this condo that we're in, we're actually on 4 levels, and there are stairs between each one. Indy hates stairs because he's 10 and a half years old. So one of the strings of stairs is 8 steps, and we actually carpeted it. It was hardwood. We carpeted it because we're loving dog parents. And, well, that's one of the reasons. The other one is the last step was about an inch too high. So I guess that it probably had carpeting on it before.
Yeah.
And they, with a pad and everything, and they removed the carpeting in favor of hardwood. So the top floor has always been hardwood. And so it's a little bit higher because they compensated for the pad, blah, blah, blah. We added carpeting. He can now make it to every level of the house because there's carpeting on the steps rather than hardwood. So to make a long story short, he hates not having a yard. Fortunately, our neighbors a block away, good friends, have a yard, and he will go over there and run his butt off and enjoy it. So we walk him anytime he has to go outside, which is a massive pain in the butt. But aside from that, I think he's settling in pretty well. He's comfortable with all his furniture again. One of his 20 places to sleep around the house.
Nice. Has Indy ever known another home besides yours?
No. So this is quite a change. And he was a rescue, and I think beaten. I mean, when we first got him, he was probably 8 months old. And anytime I'd raise my voice, he would cower. And so, and any, motion where my arm was up higher, and not because I really don't hit. Ever since like second grade. But any motion where my arm is up higher, again, he would cower. So I just get the sense that he was beaten and just mistreated. And so he's always been kind of a spaz.
Okay.
Anything we do out of the normal routine is difficult for him. So anyway, this move has been a challenge, but he's coming around fine.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you for asking.
It's interesting. So Bonnie and Clyde, they are also rescues. They were left on the side of the road, but we've had them since they were very, very small. So I don't know if there's a history or anything, but Clyde, they have very different personalities. Clyde's kind of like that a little bit. If I raise my voice, his tail goes between his legs and he goes and cowers off. But Bonnie, she'll just kind of look at you, tilt her head, and it's almost like she's looking at you going, oh, fuck you. You're going to yell at me? No, fuck you. And it's pretty much that for everything. But I also think maybe, I don't know if he's smarter or if she's smarter because she, it just doesn't do anything. But if I can just look at Clyde, or if he's standing in the kitchen and we're eating or something, I just look at him and just in a regular voice, not different tone, just go, no beggar dog. And his ears will go down, his tail will go down, and he'll walk off into another room. I'll say that to Bonnie, and she'll tilt her head and go, fuck you. How close can I get to you?
Bonnie sounds like a cat.
Oh yeah, that's how we compare her to that all the time. She's the same on the couch too, because we let them, they're small enough, we let them up on the couch to cuddle, and she will cuddle like a cat. I mean, she is she gets as close to you as possible. And then Clyde just lays on the couch and gets as big as he can. So Noah gets anywhere near him. Yeah.
So would you say that she is, I mean, get the male female thing, but is she more alpha than Clyde is?
Depends on the situation.
Okay. How about when they're interacting with each other?
I think it's about equal. I don't think there really is between the two of them an alpha. I really just think, because when it comes to food, Clyde's all about it. He will take everything away from her and he'll tell her how it is. But if they're playing a game or something, or if it's a toy, she'll take it and she won't care. So
they're playing what other games do they play besides toys? Like Scrabble?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're really big fans of Monopoly.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
yeah, I bet they go for the railroads first.
They do.
Yeah.
They like Clue a lot.
Do they? Well, you know why? Lead pipe.
Well, I was gonna go with
the rope.
Tim. What's his name? Tim. Oh, he was the original Pennywise.
Burton? No, Tim.
No.
Yeah, I know. Crap. I know, and he's not my favorite. Dalton?
No, I think you're close though.
Dang it.
I'm looking it up. Don't you worry. He was also in the original. What's the movie with the time warp? Let's do the time warp again.
Yes.
Tim Curry.
Curry.
Yep.
Damn it. Okay, I was kind of close. I knew it was 2 syllables.
Do you think Candace was yelling at the radio again?
Yes, I'm sure she was. I think she spends a lot of time listening to PoddiMouths, yelling at the radio.
I think she spends all of her time listening to PoddiMouths.
Maybe. Well, no, I don't think that's true. But I think when she does, she probably has a sore throat when she's done.
Probably, yeah.
I wonder if
what
this
it's
is
been
COVID.
like since she's been
it's
home.
Poddy 19. I'm sorry.
We should really have her on the program so she can yell at us in person.
Yes, we should.
Yep. Candace, if you hear this, tweet me.
No. When you hear this,
tweet me.
When tweet me. Nicely done. Oh my gosh.
Most people could probably now TikTok me. I don't know. Can you? Yeah, you can message in TikTok, right?
Sure.
I'm asking you because you're a professional TikToker.
You
know what else is kind of funny?
I actually joined a different one. Talk Tick
or Tick Tick. There's Tick Tick.
No. Oh, is that? Okay.
I don't know. So like John and I, we've talked about before how we have the video up when we're playing.
Yes.
But we've kind of both reworked our office a little bit with our microphones the way they are. I am now sitting on the left side of my screen with the camera, and he's sitting on the right side. So it actually looks like not only are we face to face, we're tilted in a way we're actually talking to each other across the video.
What?
Exactly. I should take you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a screenshot right now.
You're just amazing.
I know I'm amazing. You don't have to tell me that. I can't I'm too close. You're going to hear me hit the microphone here. Oops.
With what? Why do you need so much body language to take a screenshot?
It is what it is, John. And that's all that it is.
You're like climbing on your keyboard. Oh, you're going to hear me now. I'm about to take a screenshot. Ah! That was a screen shit. That was not a screenshot.
That was a screenshot.
Oh,
that was good.
Has been a sleepy broadcast, but from time to time we have our moments.
We have our zingers.
Can you believe our listeners actually wait for those maybe one or two moments in every episode?
I wish I knew where that picture went.
Probably emailed it to me directly. Do you want me to take a screenshot? Because
no, I got it.
I can do it without crapping my pants.
I'm just looking to see if you. Oh, you were blurry, John.
I'm always blurry. I got a picture of it. I just took one. Let's see how bad it looks.
Oh, I just locked my screen.
Did you now?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, ours. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh my gosh. I should become a professional screenshotter.
a screen
Sharter. That's different. Save as. Oh, not at that one. Let's do desktop. Let's do Nick.
I'm sure our listeners love this whole description of how to take a screenshot that you're giving us right now.
I'm just saving it. Anybody can take one. It's what you do with it when you're done.
Oh, okay. Is that the secret to why you're a professional sharter?
Screen shooter. Screen shooter. I guess that would be it, wouldn't it? No, shooter.
Yeah, screen shooter. Screen shitter.
Wow. Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. I feel like singing today. I don't know why, because I shouldn't.
It's a good day for singing. You shouldn't.
But
you did.
Yeah. How's your weather today?
Thunderstormy. Right now, there isn't I'm looking at the trees right now, and they are not moving. So there is no wind outside right now, which is a little bit scary sometimes.
That is a tornadic effort. Yeah.
Tornadic effort.
Could be tornadic.
Yeah, because that's what we need here in Tennessee again.
Yes, more tornadoes.
More tornadoes.
Yeah, it's been raining here like a banshee. And I always told Lisa we would never get a place near a river. We're 2 blocks from the Rock River in southern Wisconsin. And
very nice.
Can I just tell you? Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, did you have to get flood insurance?
I don't think they offer it. Yeah.
Okay.
Which probably means we're under the water table. We're in New Orleans and I'm looking for a levee. We have not one, but 2 sump pumps in the finished basement, which is just that away. And one, it was raining the last 2 days. One runs every 30 seconds to 1 minute when it's raining.
That's scary.
Now it's a kick butt sump pump. I mean, I bought a new one. It's 1 horsepower and it rocks it out, and it's got a diverter valve that shuts it off, so the water doesn't come back in after it pumps it out. Last night, it sounded like we had an indoor waterfall. That's how fast water was coming into the sump. I know. And so I'm just praying that it does not shut off, because my office I'll be wearing floaties on my arms if that thing ever shuts off. So not only am I going to get an engineer out here to find out what the heck the deal is with the drainage and how we can fix it, but I'm also going to install I have a generator that I've had for years. I'm going to install it so it connects automatically to the panel. And if the power goes out, it will fire up and get my sump pump going.
That's smart. I never thought of that. In the last house I had, we had a sump pump, and I never thought it did have a battery backup. I take that back. So it did. If the power went out, there was. But it was just a UPS, something power supply. It's just you have them for computers too.
Oh, I see.
So it's not long. It only lasts about 30 minutes. So
hopefully long enough for you to figure out that you need to do something.
Exactly. Yeah. But I never thought about putting a generator. So, but going back on that topic. So one, the city I lived in when I graduated from high school was Anoka, Minnesota, and we were the home of the Tornadoes. That was our mascot. That was who we were. We were the Tornadoes.
Kind of cool.
And we also lived in a floodplain. So we had flood insurance. And then when my mom passed away, I was really considering buying her house because I loved that house. I loved living there. I loved growing up there. And I could afford the house. I could afford the mortgage. I could sort of afford the taxes. They were pretty high because it's waterfront, because it's right on the Mississippi.
Oh,
but the one thing I couldn't afford, it just blew me out of the water, was flood insurance.
Literally blew you out of the water.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Kind of glad I didn't, because I think it actually, the house hasn't never flooded since my stepdad bought it in 1977 or 78.
Oh, wow.
It hadn't flooded. It had gotten close before, but it hadn't flooded. I do think it flooded either last year or the year before during all the major floods up there. But
do you remember how much the flood insurance was? Because I would have no idea.
I don't remember. It was expensive. Okay. It was in the several thousands each year.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting, and we had a sump in our last house, but no pump, because in the 15 years we lived there, there was dust in the sump. Never had a drop of water in the sump in the entire time. And it's a 25-year-old house. So we never bothered to put a pump in. Well, the new owners who bought it requested a sump or a pump in the sump. So we put it in, had it installed. They also wanted a radon mitigation system, which we installed for them.
Interesting.
Which is what happens when you, no, but the town we're in, because of its proximity, or we were in, that because of its proximity to farmland and so on, has higher radon levels than is normally acceptable in realty transactions. So it was fine. It's no big deal, and we never had any ill effects as far as I know. But it was a little higher, twice as higher, so as what they anticipated. But school's out on whether that's really dangerous or whatever.
Right.
So anyway, we installed that for them, and that's we'll do a sump pump, and we'll do this mitigation system, and we did something else and threw in our pool table, and because they made a asking price offer. So good for them.
Oh, nice. I was going to say, I hope you got what you wanted out of it, because they sure seem like they're asking for a lot.
Well, no, it really wasn't much. And frankly, I didn't have room for the pool table here. It's a very nice pool table. It's a Brunswick. And so as I recall, when we bought it, it was around $3,000. Wow. And for me, it was nice because, there are certainly more expensive ones. But they liked it enough where it was. It was in a perfect spot in the lower level. And they said they would like it. We said, done.
Nice.
So anyway, the other stuff, all totaled, aside from the pool table, and I think they wanted our bar stools. It was, I want to say it was $1,000 is all that they wanted in us, in terms of stuff that we needed to do. So nothing.
Not
and real nice people. Yeah, real nice people. And I guess we never really talked about that. That was that's part of the deal. We sold it in 3 days after we listed it.
That's incredible.
For asking price. And it was just before all the COVID crap hit. And that did not have a negative impact on the sale. They were happy to continue, and he's a veteran, and it was just all good. It turned out really, really well. So
nice.
Yeah.
Good for you. Yeah. Good for you.
Very fortunate, very blessed, that's for sure. Because dang, it could have been a completely different story.
Yes.
Easily.
I would love to hear of anyone who has let me back that up a little bit. So a few of the people we've just talked to on some of our meetings have moved, and they either got in right before COVID or still moved during COVID. I'd be curious, just like my neighbors who I have yet to meet because they were moving in right when this was all happening. I would love to hear any horror stories about moving during COVID or just before,
or any transactions, even, like car buying too. What do you do with that? We know in our business that we have a lot of people, a lot of consumers, 61%. I think is the last stat I saw that said they are still in the market, but they're kind of holding off because of the COVID stuff to wait to see what happens. So I'd be interested also if anybody has any stories about that. Did you wait? Did you go ahead with it? a friend of mine said they've been selling cars at a pretty good clip. I mean, throughout all the COVID piece.
Yeah,
so,
I have a few dealers and a few friends that have said the same thing. Others that have said the opposite. So I would be interested to know too. So do us a favor, head up to our website, and from there you can get to our social media. And
what is our website again, Nick?
It is PoddiMouths, PoddiMouths.com. And
we could have come up with that first.
We could have, and we would have been famous for it, or it would have died on the vine. You can either leave us a message there, or you can go to one of our social media accounts and leave us a message there. Pick your favorite. We've got all of them. And if you want to, even if you're listening to this on YouTube, you can leave a comment there if you want to. So we've got a lot of options. We'd love to hear from you.
If you'd like to see our faces on YouTube, you know what? It might be time to do one of those, maybe just one, and see
it's getting
if
there.
People say, I preferred it when I couldn't see you. I mean, there may be, my wife would probably say that. So,
well, I'd have to, I don't know, wear a hat, probably clean the wall behind me, wear clothes. I mean, that's important, wearing clothes.
As long as you're dressed from the waist up, it's not offensive to me.
So I'd have to put on a shirt. See, I was at least going to put on pants. We're not saying anything about shirts, but if you need me to wear a shirt, I'll wear a shirt, John.
So you're not wearing a shirt now? Or did you just paint your chest? It's like you're going to a football game.
I have a sweater. All the hair on top of my head kind of washed off and went down and covered the rest of my body.
Cut it out. You need to do a man-o-lantern like 40-year-old virgin.
Nice.
You look like a man-o-lantern.
I'm manscaping.
Nice.
Anyway, John.
Yes.
Oh, well, I forgot one thing, I guess, is if you did enjoy this episode, I know it's a little slow today. It's it's that kind of weekend. It's a stormy, rainy weekend. But if you like this program, share it with at least one friend.
Can I give you the flip side of that? If you didn't like it and you have a friend you don't care for, tell them to listen.
Absolutely. It works both ways. It's either a punishment or a reward.
Exactly.
See, it must not be a reward because I couldn't even get it out of my mouth.
No, you couldn't.
Nope. All right, John. We'll see you next week. I'll see you, I don't know, on our next meeting, probably sometime next week. But we'll definitely see all of our listeners or talk to all of our listeners next week.
We certainly will. See ya!